Hello, everyone. Welcome.
What's going on? What is
How
going
are
on?
we all? Episode 4, man. We're getting there. Episode 4. Come on now. We're smashing through it.
Let's go.
You've probably noticed a little shift. I'm on the other side. It's a little bit weird, but Dean has given me the intro for this episode, which I'm gonna bugger up. I know, but I'll get there. But
No,
yeah,
man.
man, you got it. But yeah, no, we got a cool guest on tonight. We got Adrian from Shellshocked. He's going to join us, which we're super excited about. Like Dean and I have been talking about this for the last couple of weeks, and we can't wait to get him on and just talk everything like we do. But besides that, man, how you been? Let them know what's been happening.
Man, I've been really good. This is probably my third stream in a week. So yeah, pumped to do another one. And yeah, we've been talking about getting Adrian on for a while now. Not just in the last 4 months of the Dean and Skree, but way before as we started thinking about this. So pretty happy to get him on, a local artist in Australia. So yeah.
It's gonna be good. And also too, we've got a little sneaky giveaway as well. Well, not really sneaky. Yeah. We announced it, but yeah, he's kind enough to chuck a few things in for a cool little giveaway for the show for this episode. So excited about that. So should we get him on in and say hello to everyone?
Yeah, so yeah, let's bring in Adrian from Shellshocked Studios, guys.
Hey everyone.
Hey Adrian.
Hey Adrian.
Guys, how are you?
Good, buddy. Good. Welcome to the Dean and Skree show, episode 4.
Man, look at all those toys.
Like I said before, it's a green screen. I swear, the green screen. It's all right. Got to make it look good.
Mine's real. I can touch it.
It's like my bank account says it's real too. You know, like
Yeah. That's the scary part, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, man. It is. But
yeah, welcome, Adrian. How are you?
Yeah, good, man. Good. Not a lot's been happening. It's just been chilling, so that's good.
Very good.
Thank you. All right. Yeah. Did you want to say hello to the chat? We got some few people jumping in, and we go from there.
There are a few people here. Sure. So, Jewel,
hey, Jewel,
always a massive supporter of any live stream that we do. So, thank you for jumping in, Jewel. How are you? We got Nate, the retro tinker. How are you, buddy? Don't know if you know this one, Scotty Crusher. He's here.
I've heard of him before. Like he seems familiar. He's always lurking around, I guess. Hey, Scotty.
So it's just those guys 4 now. Hopefully some more jump in. But yeah, Adrian from Shellshocked Studios has joined us, and yeah, you're a big artist in Australia, mate. You do a wide array of different artistic designs, which we're going to have a look at a whole bunch of your art today, which I just can't wait to see it all and just chat about it a little bit. But I guess to start off, just to get to know you a bit, so the people in the chat and ourselves, how did you get into being an artist, and where did that love come from?
It's a bit of a long story, but like obviously as a kid, I was always into cartoons and stuff, so you just draw and sort of always had that passion for drawing.
Yep.
And then obviously collecting, found comics at the newsagents. Like, wow. Then you start copying them and stuff like that. And just keep going. But I actually got, obviously as you get older, your interests change as well, because you want to go out, you want to party.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, like I didn't draw for a very long time. And then when I finished school, I started doing websites. So I got back into the comics and stuff like that. And I started doing a lot of websites, and not a lot of people know, because it's almost like a lifetime ago now. It's a good 20 odd years ago, but I actually started doing websites and sort of got the attention. I started chasing down a couple of younger artists who were in professionals, and I said, do you want me to do something? Do you want to do a website? And they're like, oh yeah, man. So I started doing one. From one I went to 2, then it started becoming a pay job. So
nice.
doing Rob Liefeld's website, Mark Silvestri. These are like big names in the comic industry. Dale Keown, quite a few others actually as well. And then I ended up working for Top Cow Comics for a few years, doing their websites and stuff like that. So chances are, if you saw, the websites in the late 90s and early 2000s, I did them. So
wow, that blows my mind, man. Because like Top Cow, I just remembered that. Like I remember that was a go-to website for comics back in the day.
Well, they were very strong in the late 90s and in the early 2000s. Like I'm not young, I'm 46, so I've been around for a while. So and then from there, I saw that sort of all took up my time, and then I started drawing again, only maybe 5-6 years ago.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I hadn't.
Right.
I was too busy looking at all these other guys' stuff. I really wasn't interested in drawing, and then obviously kids come around. I did nothing for years, and then I just started drawing again with a Samsung Note phone.
Oh,
and then
that's
and then one day I decided to get a Surface Pro, and then started drawing on that. And then from there, I mean, I've gone. If you look at my stuff from when I first started again, it was horrible. But it's getting like you still learn. Like I'm still learning every time I draw something. I'm still learning now. And if you say that you know it all, or you're kidding yourself. There's just so many techniques and styles and tricks that you'll pick up. Just got to keep going.
Yeah.
Wow.
But that's it.
Just say hi to a few other people that have jumped in. Phil, Treasures for Trigger.
There you go, Phil.
So Phil's from Japan, jumping in. We got Ian from Toy Box Collectibles 2.0. How are you, buddy?
G'day, Ian.
No wine tonight, mate.
Oh yeah, he's not got the emotes with the wine.
Yeah, he's always got the emotes. And Kerry, hey guys, how are you?
Hey Kerry, hope you're well.
Thank you for joining. So, I guess to follow on with that, you said you went and you picked up comics and that. What were the comics that you were sort of reading back in the day when you first started copying?
When I first started, I sort of just went to whatever I liked the art of. So I'd go into the newsagent as a kid and I'd flick through. I was mainly picking up. I remember one of the first ones I picked up was a Wolverine 48, which was Mark Silvestri's. And I'm flicking through that and I'm like, whoa, man, this is good. So there was that. There was Jim Lee was doing some X-Men. Dale Keown was doing Hulk. And Eric Larson was doing Spider-Man. So like it was the best. That was the best stuff. Like I was lucky enough to live through it all to be able to pick it up in my hands when it hit the shelves.
Yeah, wow.
So cool.
I've still got a lot of them now. Like I kept them all. So it's cool to go back and have a look at.
Yeah, I was a massive fan of reading and picking up the Simpsons comics from the 90s. The Simpsons were so big back then. I remember taking them home. I'd use like butcher's paper, like tracing paper, just to trace them out, do my own sort of drawings in big scrapbooks and try to make like a big like compilation of all the characters together.
Yep.
So Scott's just saying that that's so wild that you only got back into drawing like relatively recent, and you've done a lot. You've done a lot of drawing, and we've got a whole collection of cool pieces to look at.
It's sort of funny, but like it sort of annoys me that I didn't, because I could be so much better now than what where I'm at. There's always room to learn. Like I said, I could have been so much better if I continued drawing, but I went down another path, and by doing that, I got to work with guys I idolized, guys I picked up their comic books as a kid.
Yeah, wow.
I got to work with all them. So what do you do? Do you like, is that a bad thing or what? Like,
so what was it like? What was it like going like the transition from like drawing, I guess, sketching on paper to, like you said, you picked up a Samsung tablet to a Surface Pro? Like, was that a massive learning curve for you as well?
So not really. I mean, even now I still buy. They don't call them notes anymore. They're just S whatever ultras. And I still pen on them. I still use that now. Like when I get an idea in my head, if I want to sketch something real quick, I still use that now. But it's like I got not that I got massive hands, but it's really hard to draw. Like you're like you're crammed in there. So I'd only do a rough with it or an ID, and then I might then send that to my email, and then from there I'll chuck it onto my computer and then blow it up and then fix it up. Like
wow.
But it's I did dabble in, like I always had, because I was building the websites. They're always very graphic, so I would use a lot of their artwork to feature in the design of it. And I always had a tablet connected to the computer, but didn't have the screen on it. Back then there was no screens; it was just a tablet.
Yeah, I remember them.
And I dabbled in like drawing with those, and that was just the weirdest thing ever, because you got to look up and draw. It's just I didn't like it. Didn't like it at all.
We'll keep talking, but I think we've made people wait long enough. So let's get a piece of artwork up for people to see. And I'm really curious, because I still think people are just using like pencils and paper and that to draw artistic designs. So I don't know if you have names for every piece of your creations that you've made. Obviously, this is Casey Jones.
Yeah. Not really, obviously.
Turtle.
Yeah, it's Casey Jones, but yeah, I don't really like give them nicknames or anything like that. It's just what I really want to draw at the time,
Yeah, definitely.
How you going, Shane?
Hey, Shane.
Jumped in. And Scotty Cross is just saying how it's cool how technology can support traditional art like that. It's wicked. I love just learning about it just right now, just that small piece of talk that we've started with. But this Casey Jones, most of your artwork, I think you do in the A3 size, or the physical ones that I have are A3.
Yeah, so I basically, when I'm drawing them, I would draw them as if I'm going to use them as a print. They're actually a lot larger than A3, so they could be blown up into massive posters or whatever.
Yeah, nice.
But generally, I will print them out in A3 because it's the most cost-effective for someone that wants to buy it. As soon as you go to like a poster size, printing cost is just ridiculous, and then obviously to sell it to someone, you've got to charge them, whatever it's worth, whatever it costs you plus whatever. But A3 seems to be a good price, and that way you can pass it on to anyone who wants one.
Yeah, wow.
Without being silly.
Yeah. So a little love for Casey. This is obviously Casey from the 1988 cartoon series that you got here. Was he a fan favorite for you back in the day?
Yeah, I always liked Casey. He was like that. He's like, I love Raph, so he was like the Raph 2.0. He's got the the mean attitude, and that's sort of me too, because I got a temper on me. Not that I get angry too often, but little things annoy me.
Yeah. Well, we all have it a bit. I'm a mass Raph fan as well.
Yeah.
But so Ian's saying amazing artwork. How long does a piece like that take to complete, and how many things get drafted and binned?
Wow.
Okay, so something like that, like I do it because I work full time. This is only something I do on the side, so it gets done in stages.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to say how long it will take, because it just depends on really when I'm happy with it. I'm super fussy too, especially when it comes to the coloring side of it. So I might finish the piece and I'm done, and then I'll come back and have a look at it. And I'm like, oh, what about this? Or what about that? What about this? So it can take maybe something like that one. Maybe, I don't know, I'm only guessing now, but maybe about 8 hours, 8 to 10 hours. So
it's still
but it's done. It feels like it takes forever for me, because I don't get to sit there and just do it. It's done in an hour here, an hour there, 2 hours here.
Yeah.
In the side of drafting and stuff like that, a lot of my stuff, I will either, like I said earlier, I'll sketch on the phone real quick if an idea pops in my head, or I still do the old traditional way where I'll do a super rough on paper.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got I just buy pads, and they're 300 GSM, like a thick paper. I seem to like it. It seems to work for me too. So when I sketch something, it just feels right, and it generally works. I don't know what it is, but it does. But I'll usually, like, if I go, it's really hard to show you now the book, but if I flick through the book, you'd recognize a lot of the artwork, because it started there and then transferred over. So sometimes I might do a really sloppy angle or pose, and then I'll throw it in the computer and twist and turn it a little bit as well, and it sort of helps. This one here, I started on my phone.
Oh, so, wow.
In a lunch break at work. And it was actually a piece I did for, it was like just like a competition for a group of guys. And I only had joined up to this thing, and it was like 24-hour notice. So I did this one in one day. And it's one of my favorite pieces. It's crazy. I love it.
Yeah,
I love the zombie ones. They're cool, the zombies.
So it just worked. Like, it's good when it just works. Sometimes it doesn't. You got to keep fixing things, and but yeah,
I just love his eyeball popping out, like the rib cage just showing. Like you wouldn't think of Krang being that menacing in battle, but looks like Raf's taken a few blows from Krang on that, and it's a beautiful piece, mate. It really is.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Like, it looks like are they in a graveyard? It looks like a graveyard with lightning.
Graveyard in the background, lightning, creepy trees.
I always look when I watch like digital artists, and it's like you said, it must take a little bit longer than traditional, because like you can change and chop so easily, and if you, like you said, you don't like something, you can change it, and it's like instead of just rubbing it out, you're like, oh well, I'll just leave it because it's going to take too long to change. But now, like, you watch digital artists can change it, like a hand movement or a or a character within like seconds.
Instead of having to rub it out and redraw it, you can actually crop it, turn it.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
You can twist it and turn. It just makes it easier.
I guess easier and longer, wouldn't it? Because you just like wanting to decide how you want it. It's like, oh, I want it this way. No, I want it that way.
The problem is that because you can just keep making revisions, you can get stuck in a loop where I'm not happy with that, and then you want to change it again and change it again. So a lot of my problem is that a lot of these are done fast. So I don't have the time, because I work, like I said, I work full time, and this is just in spare time. Once I start something, I have that urge, I need to finish it. It's really bad and good at the same time, where you want to finish it, you don't just want to walk away from it, but you want to get that done because another idea pops in your head and you want to go on to that. So it's good and bad.
I guess with that, the question here from Ian is, do you actually see this finished product in your head before you start, or is it just a piece of the puzzle that you work on to the ending?
Yeah, look, sometimes you'll get the picture in your head and it looks how it comes out, but often no, it doesn't. You've got an idea, and what you originally thought, you'll sketch it out and you go, nah. And because I still mainly work on my roughs on paper, like I'll rub it out and try and get it at least to a point where I can go, yep, I can build on that, and then take it into digital. But yeah, I mean, doesn't always work that way. Like, it'd be too easy if you just think it and bang. Yeah. I mean, that's AI, isn't it?
Hey, Dean,
type it in, off you go.
Can you go back to that picture for 1 second? I don't want to ruin this picture for you, but I need to ask a question about it. I don't want to be like, change it, but I need to ask a question.
Yeah.
Is it easy to go back or no?
Yeah, just give me 1 sec. I'll just load in. I just removed it. That's all.
Did you? Well, I can ask the question anyway. Like, Krang, is he scared, or is he just looking to lick that ooze coming out of Rafa's mouth? Because I'm like, I'm trying to decide if he wants the ooze or is he
he's sort of shitting himself, really. Like, expression. He's trying to get away, but obviously he's got no legs or anything like that. But yeah, it's more the case that he's yeah, he's scared for his life.
Okay, cool. I was looking to go, wait, is he scared or is he trying to lick that ooze? Because it can work both ways, I guess, as well.
Could work both ways.
Yeah.
True.
Because you got to remember, zombies want to eat brains.
Oh, true. Yeah. Okay.
Big
True.
brain.
Yeah. Just because he's like he's eyeing off that ooze, like he wants it, you know.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't notice the ooze on his mouth dripping out.
Yeah.
That's wicked. So Scotty's just saying he loves how dynamic these pictures are. So a lot of people here probably only seeing your artwork for the first time. Lorene's saying really talented artist and marvelous work.
Thanks.
Thank you. That's my mother. So thanks for jumping in.
Oh, okay.
And saying hi. Let's pop out of turtles for a second and just show. I think it's a turtle crossover, but here we go.
Yeah, cool.
This is got to be a new one from the turtles.
Yeah, so I based it on that and the figure line as well. So I actually used the Leonardo figure was super helpful. I don't own the figure, but just the pictures of it was super helpful with the armor and the way it goes and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So this one here was done in a rush because I was getting it ready for Oz Comic Con, and I actually I was doing quite a few pieces, and I was sending. This is one of them I sent off to get colored by a guy named Wilson Go, and he did a really good job with it. Sort of made it pop for me.
Yeah. I purposely haven't spent a lot of time looking at the figures for this line that have come out because I just don't have room to go down a rabbit hole of Turtle He-Man again. I've got my vintage He-Man collection. I've got my vintage Turtle collection. So I do like this. I would love this, and I don't know if it's going to be a cartoon series, but it would be a fantastic crossover. Like it looks
100%.
great. And you've really brought out the sword, like the swords, and these two are both known for their swords and their katanas.
Look, now that I look at it, that's the problem as an artist. Now that I look at it, I can see a lot of issues there, but especially in the anatomy. But you live and learn, and that's the only way you get better.
Well, that's again what Ian's saying is one of the things he loves most about the artwork is every viewer sees things different and their interpretation is often different, including the artists themselves.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you would see little bits that you weren't happy with, but from my point of view, it looks fantastic. I love all that lightning.
Amazing.
So it's really good. We'll just say hi to Eddie, eh? G'day, mate. How you going?
Hey, Eddie.
Thank you for jumping in. So I think around the 9 o'clock mark, we will talk about the giveaway that Adrian has offered up, and it's a pretty cool giveaway. So stick around to see what we got. But this is something that's right up your alley, Skree. So I know that you'll really enjoy this. This guy.
Yeah, okay.
You can talk about this one. You know more than I do.
I don't know that much about Spawn. Unfortunately, like I got a lot of figures of Spawn, and I love the artwork. It's incredible. But this piece, like it just pops, doesn't it? It's insane. Is Spawn something for you? Is it Spawn a part of your collecting in comics? I know Spawn's a massive art.
Yeah, I do have some Spawn comics, and I've got a couple of Spawn figures. But this was done last year. They had a competition for for a cover. Mm-hmm. So this was one of my entries, which was for the Spawn cover, and it was there's heaps of people who entered, and I think it ended up a lot of people got upset because one of the artists they picked, maybe not for the Spawn cover, but for one of the other covers, was actually proven to be AI.
Oh,
and
no way.
A lot of people got really pissed. So it didn't go down too well.
I don't want to get into that topic heavily, but it must be something that it must affect artists a lot.
For me, obviously, because it's not my full-time job, it doesn't really affect me. But I do feel for the guys that do it for a living.
Yeah.
But in saying that, a lot of the comic companies and stuff like that are they keep an eye out. Like a couple of big names have got their stuff pulled because they found that they were using AI in some way, shape, or form. So they pulled their art. So
scary reality we're heading towards. But this Spawn character here is very reminiscent of the original '90s Spawn. That I remember seeing on the shelf. So very iconic with that.
Yeah, the classic look.
Yeah, very, very cool look. So what I'll do is I'll show one more piece that is quite new as well. And now we're getting into a bit of the movie line. And a little bit different here.
Yeah.
So what a fantastic movie Deadpool.
It was awesome.
And Wolverine was so good.
Yeah,
so you must have just how did you feel? You saw the movie, I guess, and you just went, yeah, this is my next piece of work.
Saw the movie, and we actually did a drink and draw, which was on a Friday night last year, and it was a Deadpool night. And I actually only started off with the Deadpool, and in the drink and draw, like you get 1 hour to draw, so you you don't achieve very much, I don't anyway, because I always aim for something massive. Anyway, this is the result. I ended up kept going with it, added Wolverine and the Deadpool dog and the Deadpool head, and it ended up turning out like that. I got there was another one Wilson colored. He did an awesome job. So I told him I wanted it to be super bright and colorful, and he did an awesome job. So he really brought it to life. So it's awesome.
So you're saying you did the heads and all that, and so just going back, a drink and draw, for those that don't know, it's drinking alcohol while drawing.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, you can drink whatever you want. It doesn't have to be alcohol, but
okay. And then you did all the heads in that 1 hour.
No, so what I did, I basically did the Deadpool face, maybe one arm with a gun.
Yeah.
And it started on the torso. That's about as far as I got.
Okay.
But you always try to. I'll just get whatever I can get done and then turn it into something later. So, and then I thought, you know what? I haven't done. It would be good to do a Deadpool and Wolverine piece. So I decided to do the Wolverine as well and put it all together. And it ended up like this.
It's just so cool. We'll just say hi to Zazel.
Hey, Zazel. I was like, drink and draw.
He drinks and draws. We know that. What I love about your artwork is not just the centerpiece that you see of the characters, but it's all the atmosphere and the colors that are so vibrant around the outsides that really draw you in. So these guys are sort of jumping away for an explosion. That's what I'm sort of seeing in the city or something. But
that's it. So the guy, like I said, the guy that colored this Wilson, he's pretty good. But I always like to be super bright too, and that's probably one of the comments I get at the cons is people come over to the booth because all they see is just color, like just color everywhere. So, and that's the one comment I get all the time, whether the art's good or crap. It's colorful, it's good, but that's about it.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. That's fantastic. I really love it. So do you do a lot of collaborations in your art?
Not often. Wilson, I obviously paid him to do it, but I was trying to get heaps of pieces done for Oz Comic Con. So I think I did 8 or 10 pieces, and I was just cranking it. So I would do one, flick it to him to color, then I'd do one and color it, and then do another one, flick it to him to color, and then I'd do one and color it. So sort of cutting a bit of the workload for me, and ended up getting like a stack of new pieces done, which I was really happy with. So it worked out well.
That's sick. Ian's just saying, yep, the colors are so vibrant, absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
this
awesome.
was one of them that I got back from Wilson, and as soon as I opened it, I'm like, oh, this is good. You know, I'm really fussy, so there are others I got back, and I'm like, it's good, man, but I'll fix it. I'll change it how I want to change it. You know?
Well,
that happens. That's just, you know, if I didn't color my own stuff, I probably wouldn't be as fussy as what I am.
So, yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, I guess, Skree, I'll let you do the prize pack and tell me when to put it up, and I'll put it up if you want to go through what people have to do to win.
Yeah, so Adrian was kind enough to chuck us a few goodies to give away to you guys, the viewers, the followers. There's a few things you do have to do for the giveaway. So, Dean, you want to pop it up and we'll show it off and we'll let them know what they have to do. This is the awesome prize pack here. I'll let Adrian itemize for us what we've got in the prize pack. But the entry conditions are you must have to follow Adrian's Instagram channel, Totally Taylor's Retro Hunters, Instagram, and Skree Collects Instagram as well. If you want to do like a cheeky little extra bonus point, leave a comment in this video as well. So any little thing you can do, chuck it in the comment. There doesn't have to be anything, just a hello helps us, helps the algorithm, YouTube. And I think we're doing it a week from now, aren't we? Right, a week.
Yeah, I think we'll just do a little a little video to pick who's won this pack. The only other restriction to this is it's only open to Australian and New Zealand residents.
Correct. Yeah. So Adrian, you want to let them know what's in this awesome prize pack?
Yep. So you've got 2 prints on the right hand, on my right hand side. Yep. So that's the 4 turtles that are sort of cut off. You can't see it. Then there's a Casey and a Raph print. Then in the middle is the comic cover I did for issue 150 of the Turtles, and it's actually got a little hand-drawn turtle on there as well, which you can see in white. And then on the my left-hand side is a numbered print of just the line work, and that's signed as well. So yeah, you'll get all that. I'll mail it out to the winner.
So yeah, there you go. That's a pretty impressive prize pack. So make sure to leave a comment on the video and follow those pages. But all that detail will be down below. So if anything you've missed, just check down in the description below of the video and go from there.
And thank you, Zazel. Appreciate that as well, buddy. So yeah, leave a like if you can. Anything just to help the channel and help out Adrian. I just want to say a massive thanks for Adrian offering up this prize pack to a lucky viewer. It's sick. I actually have a few pieces of Adrian's artwork physically that I've picked up over the years, so I know how good they are. So you'll definitely be getting a great pack here. I want to talk about that turtle artwork a bit on the comic cover.
Mm-hmm.
So you said that was issue 150 of that turtle series. Can you just tell us a little bit how that came to be that you were able to do that comic artwork?
So so with that one there, like Turtles, a lot of the comics do it these days. They do incentive covers, so where a retailer can basically buy in and then get someone to do the art. I partnered up with Shellheads United to do that. And they were very good and had the trust in me to get it done. So I'm very thankful for that. And basically, there's a lot of little tricks. There's a lot of guidelines you got to follow. So, I love drawing my 80s turtles. And originally when I did the layout and I sent it in to get approved, I had them more looking like 80s turtles. And they're like, nope. But for this particular line, it's got to look, like the IDW one. So Donnie's got a replacement shell. That's why he's got bolts in it. So he doesn't have his shell. His shell got cracked.
Oh wow!
So you got to do things like that. Leo has a scar, and they've got to look a certain way. They can't look like the 80s. They can't look like a particular other cartoon line either. They've got to look a certain way. So I'd love to do a 80s style, because I do have that comic, that Saturday Morning Adventure. I'd love to do that down the line somewhere, but at the end of the day, like if I never did another comic cover, and I've sort of relaxed this year, I'm sort of doing things that I want to do. I'm trying to make it like super fun for myself, so it keeps me motivated. So if I never do another one, I've achieved my goal. When I started drawing again, I wanted to do, that was the one thing I wanted to do, was I wanted to do something with turtles, and I achieved it. So
Wow.
at the end of the day, if I don't do another cover, I'm fine. It's just I can relax and just enjoy drawing.
Did that tick off some like massive childhood like fantasy when you got into art and all that, like doing a cover for a TV?
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Like in my sort of teens, my later teens, I sort of wanted to be a comic artist back before I started doing the website stuff. But so to do that, to have a published cover is awesome. Like it's definitely it's ticked off the box. And like I said, if now this year I've decided I really just want to enjoy art. So I'll draw what I want to draw. I don't feel like I'm forced to push hard. Just enjoy it, and hopefully that will keep me going. Like keep me more motivated than feeling like you have to do it. If you know what I mean, like. Because I was driving, I really wanted to get a cover. So by getting one, I'm happy.
So do you have another big goal that you want to do though? Like is something in the background, like you said, you want to relax and just do your own style, but do you have another stepping stone that you want to achieve?
That's the thing. At the moment, no. But once that happens, then it will. Like I will get it 100%. I will get something in my head. When that happens, then I'll be driven to push until I get what what I basically want to achieve. So,
there's an important question here, Adrian. I don't know if you can answer that. That's my wife.
Yeah. Why not? Why not?
Why not?
It's up to you guys.
What an amazing prize pack. So generous.
That's awesome
to offer that to us. So someone's going to win that. It's going to be wicked. But I think both Skree and I have met you in person. So I know you from my perspective. I got to meet you at the Supernova Comic-Con and Gaming Expo that happens here in Sydney. Are there other locations that you do and sell your? If people wanted to come and see you and see your art physically,
mainly only online, apart from the Sydney conventions, unfortunately, because I work full time and it's too hard to get away for like the you've basically got to take 4 days off at least. Well, not the weekend, but you've got to take the Friday off and the Monday off because you've got to get there, drag all your stuff there, do the con and then come back. So I mainly will only do Sydney because it's fairly local. Like the place that it's held is pretty local to me and it's easy to get to, and I'm like a man possessed when it comes to pack up time. So like bang and out the door. So it's sort of easy, but I try to keep everything accessible by having an online store. So if someone wants something, it's there, it's available. If someone has any special requests that they want a drawing on one of the prints or something like that, is just email me. I'm always happy to do something for you. And I sold one the other day. I haven't got many left. I did like a little A5 style art book. I've got a couple of them, and at the back there's a sketching area. And like I only charge $15 for the book, but you get a sketch with it. Like it's the best deal of all time for like any other artist wouldn't even dream of doing that. But it's more about, one, I want you to love what I love, and to give someone who doesn't have $200 or $300 to blow on piece, give them something like that's not going to cost a lot at all. So
I'm gonna show this piece of beauty art. So this is something that I picked up from you at Supernova last year, 2024. So this was a great piece, and it was funny because it was my birthday coming up, and I'll get to that as well. I turned 40, and obviously the turtles turning 40. It was just turtle need. So I remember seeing that on the table. I'm like, I have to get that and put it up at my birthday. So that was one of the physical pieces that I had. But going along with that, I just want to show off a piece of artwork that my wife actually reached out to you and asked you to do some sort of custom. I don't know if you guys talked about what it was. All I know is it was fantastic. It blew my mind when I opened it. She recorded the whole thing, and the first thing I saw was Raphael, and I was like, "Oh, sick, Raphael!" And I didn't even realize there was me down the bottom there. So, what a crazy 40th birthday present just to receive something like that. So, just for myself, yeah, massive shout out. That was a great present, and just how cool is it? Like,
that was fun, and I actually knew we'd already spoken before Oz Comic Con. So when you came to the booth, I knew already, and I'm like, I can't say nothing. Can't say nothing. So,
Sarah did say that. Yeah, Sarah did say that she was worried that I would go up and start talking to you about something, but she was like, oh, "There's no way he's going to even think of it," and I didn't. And it was such a really cool piece to get. Yeah. There was a couple of other things in there too that I'll show off, so I'll just shrink that for a second. But I did get this really cool sort of trading card size sketch that you've done. I thought that was really wicked as well.
So there's something like when people buy a bunch of stuff off me, I'll do something like that for them. And like that's something that takes me 10 minutes, but brings someone so much joy. It's like, oh, how cool is this? You know, like it doesn't take me long to do, and I don't mind doing the extra work.
That would take me about half a day, 3/4 of the day.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. Very, very cool. I love it. So that was cool. There is another bit. I've left it on the couch over there. I'll just pop this one back up. And you guys chat for a second while I grab it.
That's yes, I love it. That was so cool when Dean showed me that piece. I was like, wow. I was like laughing at it. Look, it's so cool.
I don't do like portraits or anything like that. So it was fun to do it. You know, I actually started drawing it in a certain way, and then I went back to look at the actual cartoon and how they had people in the cartoon. I'm like, I don't have to do it like that. I could do it with the bigger eyes, and it should still look cool. And it ended up turning out good.
No, it's really, really good. Yeah, like you can really see the Dean in that photo as well, which is really cool. He's just
I'll just catch up on a bit of the chat. So Nate says that's so cool, an amazing gift pack. Kerry says all accounts followed, and as a bonus, here is my Ninja Turtle pun. Cowabunga! If I win, I promise to celebrate in true Turtle Power style. Love that. So nice. Cool. YouTube user, amazing prize pack. Welcome as well. Thank you for joining us. Definitely a cool gift pack.
Definitely a cool gift.
Mike's here too. Hey, Mike. How are you? Just popped in for a quick 10 minutes. That's all right, buddy. Not a problem. Thank you for stopping by.
We appreciate it anyway.
Turtles haven't aged in 40 years. Dean, what happened to you? Where's a moderator?
Yeah.
And Nate's saying that would take me a day to trace. So he's just talking about that little card. Yeah.
True.
So, and Scotty, cool to see what Dino would have looked like in the 1987 animated series. Definitely. I thought I'd look a bit more like a Bebop, but hey, I've aged well. So, guys, I just want to show you the last piece of the little birthday set that Adrian did and my wife organized with him. That was this cool Raphael. So this is A4 size in a frame. Now, Adrian, I do want to ask you, like, what is this drawn with? Because I can't figure it out.
What's it drawn with?
Yeah, is it a texture or paint or?
Oh God, I can't even remember now. You know what? I think it might have been Posca. You know the paint pens.
Yeah.
So I think that one I used Posca on. But that's the paper that I was talking about earlier. It's like really thick. I don't know if you noticed when you're framing. It's like 300 grams. It's really good to draw on.
Yeah, no, I just
actually no, that's watercolor, I think, and a bit of Posca. It's actually watercolor.
Yeah, I'd say that
wow.
does look a bit watercolor, but like just like the lines that you've done, the little gold and the white around, just to give it that more 3D dimensional look, I thought was really cool. And just it was so unique, and I'm so grateful that like I received like 3 things that were so different artistically. So it's just wicked. So thank you for that. Thank you, Sarah, if you're still watching. So yeah. Says Street Cool Collection. He's talking to you, mate.
Yep.
He is.
Thank you.
There you go. And he's saying nice, solid colors on that picture. All right, let's have a look at another piece. And this one I love. This one gets me. I'll just shrink myself. I think this one will get a lot of love. There's a lot of nostalgia for this. Just so
this is this is one of the toys that I never got as a kid. I always wanted on my pet monster.
Yeah,
I only did that recently, this piece, but it was what I saw a picture of somewhere of it, and I'm like, I always wanted one of them. So I thought I'll just do a fun piece together with the turtles, and it was fun.
Well, you need
that's what I meant. That's what I meant earlier about fun stuff, like just doing stuff that I like.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have commented on this and reached out to me saying, oh, I had one as a kid and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just sort of bringing worlds together. But at the end of the day, it's something that I wanted to do, and it was fun.
Yeah.
I've never drawn the My Pet Monster before either, so I sort of based it more on the cartoon.
It's just nostalgia. If you wanted a My Pet Monster now with its handcuffs, you're looking at a few $100s easily.
Yeah,
wow. If you're after that, they probably weren't cheap back in the day either.
No, I don't know what I can't complain as a kid. Like, my parents weren't rich, but I got toys, so I can't complain. But that was just one that I always wanted, and there must have been something else come birthday or come Christmas or whatever that I wanted more, and it's just one of those things you think back and go, I never had one of them. I wanted one of them. So
that's cool. Mick's saying, hell yeah, I missed out on getting that at Lobo's and my childhood as well. But I had the VHS and watched the hell out of it. This was actually, it was a cartoon that I rewatched as an adult about 2-3 years ago now, when my little fella was born, because I was up all night or in the morning. I just put on an episode and sit there on the couch with him, trying to get him back to sleep. But a difficult watch now, I found.
Right. That's what I asked. How did it hold up?
Yeah, not too well.
Right.
Yeah. So, but Phil's saying, I used to love drawing the turtle heads when I was a kid. Like, even the same with me. I did a lot, and I don't know about you, Skree, if you did a lot of drawing, and especially
definitely, yeah, I did, yeah.
But I used to try to draw them. I was never good at faces on anything. Didn't matter if it was cartoon or people. That's why I just went back and relied on tracing. I love tracing and just sort of overlapping characters on a page to make them all look like they're in the same.
Pretty sure I mastered Stickman. I'm pretty sure, that was my artistic skill.
Mastering Stickman can be actually quite complicated. Nate saying, oh man, I always wanted a My Pet Monster too. My brother had the VHS tape and I wanted that toy bad. I know. Yeah.
But like you said, this picture definitely screams fun and like nostalgic. It definitely does.
Definitely, man. The live action version. Yeah, I don't think I've seen the live action version. I heard it was really, really bad. Like the movie they made of My Pet Monster.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen it.
Yeah.
No, I've never seen it either.
So, you only sent me one of this, and I don't remember seeing a lot of this sort of artwork in your collection, but Are you a big Star Wars fan, or is this for the fans?
Yeah, you know what? Every year I try to do a May the 4th piece.
Yeah, nice.
Whether it'll happen this year, I don't know. Last year I did, the year before this one, I did like a Shredder, a Krang, and someone else as Star Wars characters. Or, you know, with a lightsaber or something along those lines. But this year I've always liked Grievous. I don't really like the prequels, but I like Grievous. I think he's cool. And yeah, I just wanted to do a cool Grievous pick with the 4 lightsabers. So it's pretty basic up front. But when I did this, if you go back and watch, look through some of my reels, I actually did it with just the 2 lightsabers, and they beam up, and then another one comes out, another one comes out, like in a like a video with the voice from the video. So it looks cool. And but it sort of came out. That's what I envisioned in my head when I was doing it, like him with the 2 lightsabers going up and then the 2 crossing at the front.
Yeah, that's sick.
From that scene in the movie.
So obviously, guys, just that top bit is not part of this picture. It's just the way it's been sent, correct? You've got the.
Which top part are you talking about?
Can you see those windows that I'm seeing?
No.
Nope.
No?
No.
All right. Then ignore me.
I was like, wait, there's a top part? It's like, yeah. No, it's all good.
I'm seeing a little top, but that's right. What I do get from this is I get the menacing part of General Grievous. I'm a big Star Wars fan, so I'm seeing that straight away with the pincing eyes and just the way how you've done sort of an eyebrow effect for him.
Yeah.
I'm getting a really good buzz, and anything with lightsabers is going to win over a hell of a lot of Star Wars fans.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, I haven't done very many Star Wars pieces at all. I did, I think I did a Mando helmet with a Baby Yoda on top, but that's about it.
Yeah, no.
Apart from this one.
Look into my favorite character. His name's Kit Fisto. So he's sort of an aquatic character with his hair is like tentacles, sort of.
Oh yeah. I know the I'm sure I know the character.
He'd be a really cool one. I think that'd fit your sort of artistic style.
There's a lot of cool characters in Star Wars, like the design wise.
Oh, definitely. It's
but yeah,
galaxy far, far away. Love the shadowing. I love the shading and the shadowing on these pieces. It makes the figure pop. Well done. I was always, and I'm no artist at all. Like shadowing and all that. Does it come at the end? Is it always the last piece, or is it as you go?
There's so many ways you can color it. Sometimes I'll do the lines, and then before I do any color, I'll do the actual shadowing, and then you put the color in on another layer, and then that'll work together, if you know what I mean. But the shadowing, sometimes it's easy to do that way because you can really see it better before you put the color on it. So yeah, sometimes I'll do that. Sometimes I'll just do the flat coloring, so just the white, the green, the blue, whatever, and then from there you'll add the shadows on as well. So it works both ways. Sometimes it's just it works depends on the piece. Like that, I don't know if you guys have seen on Insta and that. I'm doing a 80s version Dark Leonardo from the comic book, and I've put in a Shredder and a Krang, and I'm adding a couple of other characters in as well. Because that's going to be super, like a lot going on.
Yeah,
I probably think I'll do the shadowing first on that one because there's just so much going on. It's going to be too hard to figure out later. Not that it's hard, but it's just going to be like you're going to be looking. You have to concentrate more on it. If you do the shadowing first, it should work better, I think.
So that sounds like a piece of artwork. You've got the final end result already in your head where you're getting to.
Where I'm getting to now, where I started was just the Leonardo, and then I've gone, what about I had a big Shredder head in there? And then when I did that, I'm like, I could put a background, or I could just keep going with characters. So what about I put a Krang, and then whatever gap I've got left, I'm going to fill it in with something. I reckon it'd be a sick tattoo, like a full sleeve tattoo. So
maybe you can start doing tattoos for shows.
That's one thing in the back of my head I wouldn't mind doing. I just need to learn how to tattoo.
Yeah, well. Mark, hello. I don't know if we said hi already, but thank you for hanging out. Question is, has Adrian got a favorite or least favorite medium to use? I know he used a lot because I have his prints, his pins, cards, and about 20 caps. That's solid.
Hey, Mark. Yeah, I've sort of over the last few years where I've started drawing again, I've sort of only recently, I'd say in the last 6 to 8 months, found that the happy medium in the sense that I'll sketch on paper and then go to digital for a nice clean image. Where before that, I was doing the sketch cards, I was doing this, I was doing the hats, I was doing a bit of everything, and I just found I was all over the place. But when I did the Turtle-Tober, not last year, the year before, I think actually, that's when I discovered if I sketch on paper, and then it's like a quicker process for me because I'm quick on paper, like for a rough, and then go into the digital to make it like clean.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's probably like I'm happy with doing that now. It doesn't always work, but majority of the time that's how I work. When it comes to doing like a physical piece, I'd still probably prefer using just Copic markers and liners. But I found like my style's changed a bit. I've gone for a more of a cartoonier style than what I was before. So I'm using a lot thicker lines where I always used to try and go for the thinnest pen I could find. And, and that I think worked against my art style. So now I'm doing a lot of thick lines. And that tends to make it cleaner. Where with the super fine line is great for a few little details, but where I was doing the whole thing, trying to get super fine, and it was, I think, a big mistake. So I find big, bold works for me now better than anything.
That's awesome. So one of the little medium pieces that I picked up for you were these really cool turtles. And again, this is a magnet, guys. So Adrian does have a lot of different sort of artistic merch, I guess you could say. So again,
that particular piece, there's someone walking around with it on the back of their leg.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That would look sick.
Oh, nice.
I was commissioned to do that for a tattoo, but when I finished it, like now my turtles look better. But I've changed. Like back then, I would have used reference from the cartoon.
Yeah.
Now I can draw them out of these guys, these particular turtles. I can draw out of the top of my head in my style, which is very close. But I think they look better now anyway, that I like anyway. But when I did that, I was so happy with it. I said to the guy, look, I'll give you a discount on the commission, but you got to let me use it for prints and stuff like that. And he was like, yeah, no problem. So that was cool.
Yeah, I could see
and
that.
I got a few of those when Eastman was out. People were buying them off me and getting them signed. I got a few photos from people that have got them signed. So that's even better.
Nice. That was a question that I wanted to ask you. Has Kevin or Peter seen your artwork? And obviously, have you met him in person?
I've met Kevin. I haven't met Peter. Kevin when he came out here. I showed him some of my art. And I got a couple of skateboards signed and a few other bits and pieces. I got an Xbox controller, but showed him a few of the prints and stuff like that as well. And he was super like positive, which he's a super nice guy too. So, but he was super positive, and sort of he helps to give you confidence too. Yeah, man, like keep going. You can, because I said to him I want to do a cover. He said keep going. You got the skill. Just keep going. So
nice.
He was super positive, and a great guy. Honestly, like. I've met a lot of comic creators, and 90% of them are really super cool. A few that they're just people at the end of the day, whether they're having a good day or a bad day. You might get them on the bad days. But yeah, most of them are really cool, man. Like, and that's what makes it fun. Like, even when people come to see me, I always try to make it fun for them, because if it's not fun for them, what's the point?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the same attitude and same approach I take when I do art. If I'm not enjoying it and it's not fun, why should you like it?
So I know you showed us an Xbox controller. Did you want to show that piece?
Yeah, if my camera doesn't chuck a spastic again, but
I'll see how we go.
Yeah.
So this is actually signed by Kevin Eastman. Oh wow, yeah. So it's all that silver down the bottom there. That's his Ronin.
Cool. Yeah. So he loved that. Like, I look at that now though, the front part of that I did, I'm like, man, I could have done so much better. But if you're not thinking that, if you're thinking what you did a year ago was your best work, then you're doing something wrong. You should be always improving. So
yeah, that's just the I guess that's sort of the saying for life. We should always be improving ourselves. Ian says, my fridge needs a new magnet. That's so cool. Well, do you still do the magnets now? So if you're at Supernova or Con,
I've got to have a look. I'm sure I've got like all my stuff packed away, because it's, from September last year, I don't really get to use it till June.
Yeah.
So it's all packed away, stored away. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I've still got those magnets, and there's another Mutant Mayhem magnet as well.
Oh,
that
nice.
I've got as well.
Yeah, nice.
So Skree, did you have anything you wanted to show, mate?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I'll show something off too. So getting to how I met Adrian was back when the Mutant Mayhem was released. We got to watch the premiere in Sydney, and like I saw your art everywhere. Like, any collector that I was watching or visited, somewhere in like toy auctions, there's always your art in the background. I was like, this is sick. And and then we got talking, and you said, I'm going to bring some art. I'm like, sweet. And so this one here, I love this one. This is probably one of my favorite out of the whole lot, the Donatello.
Yeah. So that one there was sketched 100% on my phone.
Oh,
so
really?
The sketch of it was done on my phone, and then from my phone I sent it over to the computer and then did it up. But yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I'll just sketch it on my phone sometimes, because it's what I've got in my hands, or if I'm on a lunch break at work and I've got an idea, I'll do it. So but yeah, they turned out great. I love the like, I've got all four obviously, but the way that the background is with the graffiti from the movie. So
that's what I mean. You really captured the movie aspect with all like the graffiti and the style, and definitely one of my faves. And that actually was a pretty cool day. Like, I must admit that blew 100%. My mind. It was
I had the kids with me, man. They loved it. They loved it. The car, like, I got photos with that car, the V8 car, and just like pizza everywhere.
Yeah,
so cool.
It got a bit crazy there. At one point, it was like there was 4 cinemas, and everyone just went scattered to all these cinemas, and I was like, wait, where'd Adrian go? We're like, I don't know, I've lost him. And then we met up again at the end of it. It was funny.
But I had no idea there was 4 cinemas. I figured there was like 1, but
same. That's what I did. I walked to 1 cinema.
4 cinemas. Yeah. So when we walked in, there was heaps of people, but I reckon half of them were already in the cinema in their seats.
Yeah.
So
it
was a cool day, man.
It was definitely a cool day. Yeah, I was like so surprised about that day when like we got the hit up for the invitation. I was like, wait, what? Are you serious? Because I think it was like we got to see it a month or 2 before it was released in Australia.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, because it was already released.
I don't
in America.
know why Paramount does that. They release it in the States. Like, doesn't matter what movie it is, it's at least a month or more.
Yeah.
Before here, they're one of the only companies that do that these days. And you got to think. I get that they try and, especially kids movies, they try and get it in with the school holidays and stuff.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
but I think it actually is worse for them, because I think they lose money.
Yeah. I don't think it works.
Piracy and crap. Yeah.
Did you have another piece, Skree?
I was just going to show a sketch card, because we know how we rock the Fortnite turtles. Yeah. So that was a sketch card you did for me, I think, when I got the Turtle October, the book.
Okay.
Yeah. So you whacked that in as well. I love how you sometimes like, wait, did I do that art? Did I do it? Yeah. But yeah, I love it because I rocked the Donnie for the skin, because I think we jumped in a lobby one time on Fortnite to do the turtles when they first came out. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I still use my turtle skins all the time whenever
I haven't changed it. I've left it as Donatello. I don't change it. I've left it.
That's cool.
I'm going to chuck myself in and show you a piece of artwork that I have from you. So this one I thought was wicked.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Foot Clan for life. It focuses completely on the bad guy representation. You've got the Technodrome, the eyeball that is the menacing eyeball on top of the Technodrome, Shredder, Krang, and then, of course, fan favorites, Bibber and Rocksteady. So, a lot of the artwork we looked at tonight focused on the turtles and other ones, but I thought I wanted to show this focusing on the villains. So tell us a bit.
So that one there was the idea for that was, the iconic turtles coming out of the sewers from the 1990s movie. Yeah. So this is like the bad guys coming out of the Technodrome.
That's actually pretty cool. Like, now that you said it, it's that way. That actually, that's actually.
If you look at the turtles and then you look at that, you'll see Shredder's the hand up, like Leo's got the hand up.
That's sick.
That was done a while ago. Now that's a few years ago. That one.
That's one of my favorite, and I love that you put your little logo. I don't know if you can see that, but it's like a little fun thing just to find the little logo somewhere on there.
Yeah,
and you do signing for everyone at these conventions too.
100%. Yeah.
If they want the piece signed or not.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I'm funny. I only recently, like, I think with a few of the creators that I like, have I gotten stuff signed. I've been really funny. Like, I don't like to get stuff signed because it's like I used to feel like it's going on the artwork. It's ruining the artwork. Like, it's a strange thing. But yeah, 100%. Like, if people want it signed, it's no extra. Just ask me. I'll 100% do it for you. It's not a problem.
Yeah, I love that bit of connection, just to say, like, the artist has signed it, and I'm a big meet and greet. This is another one I like, which is kind of it's kind of like the original Turtles, but the piece that jumps out to me is Donnie's using a phone, so it brings the Turtles into a more modern day, and they got a lot more sort of, like, I don't know if you did it as sort of aging or anything with the dots.
Yeah, this is older than the last one you showed.
Wow.
This particular piece, but like that there was like just in a different style to what anyone else has done. Back when I was sort of trying to find my style of turtles, because it's funny, everyone draws the turtles. If you draw them enough, you end up having your own style. So even though they look like the turtles, you will get your own uniqueness. So with my ones, I generally have a certain way I do eyes, and the way that the eyes sit from the nose to the headband, I'll do them in a particular way that I do, where other people will do it totally different. And you'll see in that one there, like the actual cartoon turtles, the eyes are above, like you can still see a little bit of the bottom part of it. Which is really the way that it probably should be drawn. But the way that I draw them now, you don't see that. The eyes basically hit the nose. You don't see that part. It's there, but you don't see it.
That's awesome. I love it. And I love that you say that these are like old pieces, because I feel like they're only like 2 years old, or they might be about 3 now. But
look, they probably only are 3 years, maybe 4 years at most. But to me, it feels that they're old, which doesn't mean they're bad or anything like that. It just means that in my mind, I've improved a lot since then. So, but in saying that, like that, people look at them and still have that love is awesome to me. Like as well, like
I definitely do. I
Yeah.
love looking, and I do have limited space, so what I try to do is I try to get everything A3 if I can. Then I can just swap things out and move it around. Another artist I love having a look at is Stuart.
Okay.
He does a lot of good like full body representation of characters from movies and TV shows and things like that. So
cool.
Yeah, I like to get his 2 and the A3 and just swap them in and out. I think it's really good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It must be super cool though, like looking at collections and like you see, like, I don't know if you can see it back there. That's one of your pieces there. You probably can't see it because in the camera. That must be super cool seeing stuff like that though, seeing like your artwork in like collections. That must just be an amazing feeling.
Like again, I did a Raphael, a bodybuilding Raph not long ago for a guy who wanted it for a shirt. And once he did that, he was right with it. But then I sort of thought, okay, I'm going to take just the head part of it and change the face, make it a Michelangelo. And I don't know if anyone's into WWE, but there's a guy, Jey Uso, who's got the Yeet glasses. So I put that on Mikey and put the tattoos on him. I just sort of did it like that, and I posted it up. And then one dude in the States said, "Oh man, can I get this on a shirt?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure. I'll upload it to whatever." Anyway, he ended up getting the shirt, and he got shirts for his kids, and he went to the WWE wearing these shirts and posted a photo.
Oh, cool!
Wow, that's awesome.
I actually saw that post, and that looked pretty cool though. That seeing the 3 at the actually at the wrestling with the shirts on, that would have been a sick feeling to see that.
Yeah, it's cool, man. Like,
Are you still doing merch? Sorry, Dan, are you still doing the merch?
Yeah, I still got the shirts like through TeePublic and Redbubble and stuff like that, and Mindless Fashion, which is at Parkley Markets local. Yep. So they've got a range of my stuff, which if you ask, they can basically print on demand there and then.
Because I know I've got like this design here on a shirt. I absolutely love it, but it's like the Donnie version because it's purple. And unfortunately, like Christmas time came around, and you put on a few kilos, the shirts don't fit. So it's more like a collection item now. So yeah,
that's the
the shirts are awesome.
Yeah, cool, man.
I'll show you. This is the sort of stuff I like too. So massive Nicolas Cage fan. So having a wicked crossover like that, I thought
that's cool.
Yeah, I love that stuff. This piece here, I think this is part of the Ronin collection.
Part of the Ronin. So again, this was another one I started on Drink and Draw, and I probably only got the head and the arm holding the sword done. But then I went off and just kept. I knew what I wanted to do with it, and I just kept going with it. So it turned out dope. So
you actually got me into the Ronin series, which is pretty cool because you actually sent me out the second comic. Yeah,
it's so good, man. Like
it's very good.
The just the way that that the story is, it's good. I'm glad they're actually making a movie of it. So
and a video game too.
Yeah, can't wait for that. This is a fantastic question. With your art evolving over time, have you, or do you feel the need to revisit an older piece and see how different that work would be? Good question, Mark.
Yeah, 100%. That zombie Raph and Krang that you showed up earlier. Yeah, I did a zombie Raph and Krang, not the one that you showed on that bookmark, one even older than that, and it is terrible. It's terrible. It's crap. I look at it now and it's like, man, that you should have been ashamed to show it. It's that bad. And yeah, 100%. So I will definitely sometimes try it. Not necessarily the same pose or angle or anything like that, but there are certain things that, that's that one there. If you see the other one, I think I've just deleted it from everywhere, but if you ever see it, it's bad. But yeah, 100%. Like, that's shows how much you improve. So, I mean, just one thing that I sort of didn't explain, just the expressions on faces and stuff like that, I think I've grown a lot with as well. So where if you look at a lot of my older stuff, they may still look cool, but the expressions aren't there, the feeling. So I try, especially with turtles, because they're super cartoony. For me, it's easy to get, especially the angry expression, because I'm always angry. So it's easy to get the sort of, gritting teeth and stuff like that. But yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's cool.
You always look back at your old stuff and you think, should I try and do it better? But a lot of the time it comes down to time as well, but because you're on to something else. But 100%.
How many completed pieces would you say is in your portfolio when you're at the show and that? What would you say?
A lot. It's always like me and my wife always have an argument, because I'm there looking at what I want to put on the wall, and she's like, "Can you just hurry up?" She's helping you set up. Can you just hurry up? Like, you should know where you want things. It's like, nah, but I don't know. And so it's hard, because you have your favorites doesn't necessarily mean the person walking up is going to like any of it.
Yeah,
it just everyone. The old saying is, art is in the eye of the beholder, and to you it doesn't mean anything. Like, I'm looking at it and I like it, but that doesn't mean anyone else is going to like it. That's super tough. You always got that in the back of your head.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely looking at this piece for Supernova when I catch up with you in person. Because I think I'm loving that one a lot.
Look, I'll be honest, it's that just the expression on Raf's face is it's one of my favorite pieces. I think, again, like, I can see a few things anatomy wise with the arm that I could have fixed, but that one was done in a record time, and it came out like that. I'm happy. So yeah,
no, that's super cool. And for those of you that have clicked on this live stream or seen the socials that we posted about this, the thumbnail for this was also designed by Adrian. So thank you for doing that. That's just a nice piece of memorabilia for us as well.
Definitely.
So I have a look at that now and go, shit, that's crap.
Come on, what about the one I sent you though? That was like, it was just on top of each other, and it's like, you get the idea what I'm going for, and you're like, I got this lit. Stay away from it.
That's the thing. Like, that's the way, like, my mind is. I'll do, and that's part of the reason why sometimes art takes me longer than it should, because I'll look at it and I'm happy with it. I'll walk away, come back the next morning and have a look at it again. And I'm like, man, what are you doing? And change this, that, the other.
A crossover I think
this was a fun one. So this is based on the actual figure. They made this as a figure.
Yep.
Do you own it or not?
No, I don't.
No, not owning it either.
So this was a cool figure. It actually comes with all 4 headbands, and all 4 lot of weapons as well. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I know near the later waves of the vintage collection, they started making characters in the sort of mutated vehicles. It wasn't officially Transformers, but it had that feel, so you knew the play value was there.
Yeah, I actually got it here. So that's it. I watch this bloody camera again. That's it there. That's what I used to model it. Got it in the pose, and it's cool.
That's cool.
Comes with, like, it's got all the weapons, and even storage for them. I think you can store the headbands and everything as well. It's pretty cool, man.
So we might touch on that while you just brought a toy out. That you're not just into art and drawing, but you're also an avid collector of a lot of things by the looks of it.
Look, I sort of tried to like, I had back when the Marvel movies started, I had heaps of Hot Toys. I had a lot of the I started, like, collecting all the Marvel characters in from Hot Toys as the movies came out. And then I don't know what happened. I just said, you know what? Nah. And I got rid of them all, and then just started collecting turtles again.
Yeah.
and mainly that was all I was collecting. And I was only collecting larger scale turtles, so there wasn't too many of them in the 1/6 scale. And then they started bringing out, like, turtles just went bananas, and they started bringing out everything, like, so the Batman Ninja Turtles, and then all these other lines, and it's just kept going. And yeah, I just kept buying. But I have drawn the line lately. I've cut down. I'm only really getting the last Ronin ones at the moment. So I'm getting those, and I think there's a few pops that have just come out, and I've got them on order that are last Ronin. But apart from that, I've sort of stopped collecting bit of this, bit of that, bit of this. I've got to sort of stick to certain lines. There's even those turtles which are pretty cool, the Joy Toy ones, which are really small. Yeah, it's like a whole nother line, and I'm like, no, I'm not going down that path.
Yeah, right. You definitely can't collect everything. That's coming from a guy that's got this much behind me. Space is a killer when it comes.
Yeah,
I'm just conscious of time for us, guys. It's been awesome chatting. This is probably the last piece that we'll talk about, and it's completely away from turtles. It's another childhood favorite. I know there's a few guys in the chat that really love their Transformers. So do you have a strong love for the Transformers?
Yeah, before turtles it was Transformers. So 100% massive part of my childhood. And I always remember going to watch the Transformers movie. That was like the Game of Thrones for kids back then. Like, it was like all these characters just dying, and it's like, Jesus, what's going on?
Spoiler.
That was pretty harsh. If you haven't seen it by now, I can't help you.
Exactly.
But, that was harsh, man.
So is this an inspo from like the new Transformers 1? Is that where this one came from? Yeah, that's awesome. That's sick. So does a lot of your pieces come from things that have just come out, like say like Transformers 1? You did the piece on the Turtle and the Transformer, like that figure came out. Do you get your inspo from that sometimes?
Yeah, you do. So if something that is new, and it's something that you've got a passion, like with me, if it's something I've got a passion for, and obviously I remember seeing the review for this movie, and IGN gave it like a 5.
Yeah.
I said, I'm going to watch it anyway. So I went and watched it with the kids, and I walked out and I thought, this thing was awesome.
Yeah.
Such a good movie. And, but yeah, and then I came home and started working on this.
Yeah. Wow.
And so, yeah, it was pretty cool.
But I was the same too. Like I saw the reviews for it, and I was like, oh, okay. But then I watched it as well, and I was actually blown away by how good that movie actually was. Like,
besides the 80s movie, besides the 80s movie, that's probably my next favorite Transformers.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, wow.
So
there's a lot of love for Transformers, and Ian's saying he loves the light flares, epic artwork. I'll just go back to Megatron looking very menacing here. Like you do great work with eyes, and I said it before with the Grievous, the eyes and just that sort of nose bridge eyebrow really gives a lot of emotion. But do you do a lot of Transformers when you're selling at the shows? I'd say Turtles is probably like advertised the most. Shellshocked Studio being your name and that, but is Transformers or something else secondary when customers are coming up?
Transformers, I've got a few pieces of. This is probably the only one I've done recently, but prior to this, like a few years back, I did. I've got an Optimus holding up the Matrix. And I've got a lot of profile, just faces of the 80s characters, which always are a fan favorites. So I've got, it's a sort of a pain because it's hard. You can't put them all up on the wall. I've got sort of Optimus, Megatron, Galvatron, Hot Rod. I think I've got Soundwave and Bumblebee as well, but I've also got them with the half face. So half of one, half the other, and then individuals. And like they're always good when I put them up on the wall, but if I don't put them up on the wall, obviously people don't see them, even though I've got folders there. But it's just, there's so many, like it's like I said before, what do you put up that's going to appeal to everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You don't know. You know, like
I know you've said you have done customs, but is there a way for people to reach out and just give you an idea? So, for example, for myself, Street Sharks is a massive love
Yep.
of mine. All my Street Sharks are somewhere behind me here.
Yep.
But for anyone in the chat that wanted to send you an idea to think about, is it just your Instagram or the webpage?
Instagram, or the website. It all cut like obviously I'll get them all, but Instagram, Facebook, or you can contact me through the website as well,
Nice.
which is shellshockstudio.com.
Oh.
But yeah, you can contact me there. Obviously, I do commissions. So if you're after something that is just for you, well, we can do that too. But it sort of comes down like a lot lately. It's not like I was saying before. It's about the love of doing something. So I feel this year I'm just doing things that I want to do. But if someone wants something, let me know, and if we can work something out for sure. I just did a piece for Freaky Deaky Toys. I don't know if you guys.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
And I wasn't into the garbage pail kids, but it was super fun to do. So he showed me what he wanted, and I'm like, "Yep, okay, no worries, leave it with me, and I'll see what I can do." So he told me what to include, what he wanted in there.
Yeah.
And I threw it in. So, but that was fun. Like I'd never done it before, but it was super cartoony and it was awesome.
So that guy's saying Street Sharks.
Street Sharks.
What would you say, Skree, if you were going to pick one? What would you say? What would be something that you'd like created?
Something like, oh man, that's on the spot. I don't know. I'm always in awe with all these Donatello ones. But if I had to pick something, I probably would have to go. What I'm into right now is my Snailians.
Oh,
an updated version of that would be sick. So
yeah, that would be something that you wouldn't even find artwork for.
Exactly.
Yeah, very.
I think you sent me something about those guys a while back, didn't you?
I did. Yeah. So I'm still trying to
what it was.
Yeah, I'm still trying to complete the step before I get the artwork done. So yeah, that's something I did actually remember. Yeah, I did contact you about them, and it was like, hey, I want an updated picture of the Snailians. But yeah,
like what is that?
Something.
Thought it was like a snail from outside or something. I didn't have no idea.
Speed snail. Retro Tinker Nate, he's saying SWAT cats.
SWAT cats.
Do you do?
Yeah, I was too old for that, but I've heard a lot of people that are younger than me talk about SWAT cats. Even one of the guys I work with is talking. I go, what is this SWAT cats? I've never heard of it. Then we Googled it, and oh yeah, they look pretty cool.
You ever heard of the short-lived TV show? I think it was called Police Fish. It was animated. It was like late Google it. It was like late 80s, I think. Police Fish, and you can just
fish.
Understand the premises of that, or fish police. Right. But yeah. So guys, we've hit the 10 o'clock mark. Skree, do you just want to go through the prize pack again and how people can get a chance to win this awesome pack?
Yeah, definitely. So as we said in the beginning of the show, Adrian put up this awesome prize pack for us. If you to enter this competition, you do have to follow Adrian's page on his Instagram at Shellshocked Studio, Dean over at Totally Taylor Retro Hunters, and over at my page as well. And also to leave a comment on this video or this live stream will also give you a little bonus entry into the giveaway. It is only open to Australia and New Zealand, so unfortunately, sorry to our overseas friends. But yeah, and we're just going to do it within a week. So we'll give it a week from now, but all the rewatchers, make sure you leave a comment. It all helps. And yeah, it's an awesome prize pack. I'm going to enter it myself.
Yeah, no, absolutely awesome prize pack. I know my wife's trying to win it.
Yeah.
So we won't rig it, I swear. But, I just want to say a massive thank you to Adrian for your time, mate, and for offering up this pack again. It's been very informative, just getting to learn a little bit about the art scene and just how you yourself have sort of grown up and the changes. It's the changes that you had were very close to what I had with toy collecting, stopping, getting back into collecting. So you've done that with your art. So I can't wait to meet you again in person. So you'll be at Supernova Comic-Con Gaming Expo?
Yep.
Oz
In
Comic-Con?
Sydney.
In Sydney?
Oz Comic-Con, I'll be there, yeah. And Collect Fest as well.
Yeah, which is the new
Sydney,
one.
all in Sydney, unfortunately, but yeah.
Yeah. So, guys in the chat, go over to Adrian Shellshocked Studios on Instagram. Give him a like. Check out his artwork. He's got lots more than we could show tonight. But just thank you again, Skree, my man. I think I did your social call, but whatever. That's how we roll.
Yeah, so it's all good. But yeah, if you are rewatching this episode, make sure to give us a like, a comment, and also subscribe. All the details for all our links will be down in the description. So make sure to check that out. And also make sure to go follow Adrian over at Shellshock. You'll be surprised how much artwork is on his page. It's amazing. But yeah, definitely hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe as well.
That's it, guys. Until next time. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
There you guys.